say Twinde, and Twinde does mean let's go. Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I'm going to be your safari driver for today. Hi! I just have to go over a few quick safety reminders before we make our way into the reserve. Please make sure we keep our hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle at all times. Remain seated, no switching seats please, and hold on to those personal belongings. If you lose anything on our ride path today, I cannot stop to retrieve it, but we will do our very best to get it back to you. Also make sure we remain respectful of these animals as it is their home. No snapping, clapping, whistling, yelling, or calling out to them in any way, and we do want to keep our voices to a minimum. We don't want to spook them. Where we're going to be entering first is called the Little Ituri Forest. The animals that call this forest home are quite good at camouflage, so make sure we keep our eyes peeled. And it looks like the warden has given us the go-ahead, so here we go. Up on our right, I can already spot our first animal of the safari. All I can really see is its head poking out. It's kind of hiding behind the bamboo. Maybe we'll get a better look at it. There! Now we can see its rear end a little bit. Now you may think by their stripy back ends that they are related to zebras, but these okapi are actually related to giraffes. And if you look up on that hill to our left, there is a saddle-billed stork. Saddle-billed storks get their name from the yellow that is on their bill. And they are also the tallest storks in Africa, standing at about 5 feet, and they have a wingspan of about 9 feet, which, just to give you a reference, is about as wide as that canopy up above your heads. Now, up ahead on our left, taking a little evening dip, there is a black rhino, and there's one more of them right here. Black rhinos are known for their pointed lips, and we can see that really well right here. And they're also one of the smaller rhino species, weighing in at about 3,000 pounds. I can spot a few animals coming up on our right, actually, and on our left. In this bush hiding out, there is a bongo. And on this hill over on our right, there is a greater kudu. And up ahead on the right, there are a few of them together. Bongos are known for their backwards-facing horns, and whenever they lift their head up, those horns will actually lie flat on their back, making it where they can slip in and out of brush quietly and undetected by predators, which is why they've been given the nickname the Ghost of the Forest. And these greater kudu that we see are all female. We can tell because none of them have any horns. We are now making our way out of the Little Ituri Forest and over into the Safi River.
Do you have any water now?
Coming up on our right, there are a few pink-backed pelicans. And there are also a few Nile hippos hiding out in the very back. Pink-backed pelicans get their name from that pink coloration that is on their back. And that coloration does grow brighter during mating season. And unlike most nesting birds, both the male and female pelican will stay until those babies have hatched. Here's some more of these Nile hippos over on our left. These hippos spend most of their time in the water, although they're actually not that great of swimmers. They just go to the bottom of the river and walk along it. You can find them outside the water occasionally though. Sometimes they'll come out in the evenings on the banks to graze. Coming up on our left, there are a few Nile crocodiles. to be over 40 years old. And sometimes female male crocodiles will take their eggs and put them in their mouth, and that'll actually help the eggs to hatch if they're having a hard time. We are now making our way out of the Safi River and over into the savannah. Coming up on our right is a key part of the savannah's ecosystem. It is a baobab tree. Baobab trees have also been given the nickname the Tree of Life. That's because of all the water that is stored in their massive trunks. That water is very beneficial to the animals in the surrounding ecosystem during the dry season. Anytime an animal just needs a little bit of hydration, they can come and take a bite out of the trunk. It's actually quite spongy. And those trees only keep their leaves for about 3 months out of the entire year to help and conserve that water. We've passed by a few termite mounds on our ride through the savannah, like this very large one coming up on our left. These termite mounds can get to be as hard as concrete, and sometimes elephants like to use them as scratching posts. Coming up on our right, there is a small herd of wildebeest. Wildebeest typically travel in herds of the thousands, but they've been known to travel in herds as large as 1.5 million. These herds really don't have leaders, so if one of them gets spooked, they all tend to run. And that is why a herd of wildebeest is known as a confusion. And whenever they do run, they kick up quite the dust storm, and those dust storms have been so large before that they have been seen all the way in space. Coming up on our right, there is an eland. Elands stand about 6 feet tall at the shoulder, and both the male and female elands have those spiral horns. And coming up on our left, there are a few Maasai giraffes. These giraffes have what I believe is the most effective form of camouflage. Those spots actually mimic shadows made by the trees above, helping them blend in excellently. These giraffes can also walk within an hour of first being born, and as adults they can run at about 35 miles per hour. They also have what's known as a prehensile tongue, which means they'll basically use their tongue to grab a hold of leaves. And their tongue is also purple, and that helps to protect it from the sun, since they're sticking it out all day to get some of those leaves. Here's a closer look at some of those wildebeest. Up ahead, it looks like we'll be passing in between two more of these baobab trees. I told you one of their nicknames earlier, but they're also known as the upside down tree. because it looks like somebody messed up and planted them upside down. And up ahead, I can spot an African elephant. There's actually a few of them. These African elephants can eat up to 300 pounds of food a day. And on hot sunny days, they will also flap their ears back and forth, and that can help to lower their body temperature by up to 15 degrees. Now up ahead, coming up on our left and our right, there are a few Ankoli cattle. Ankoli cattle are part of the bovine family, and although these horns they have are massive, they're actually quite lightweight, and that's because of the honeycomb-like structure that is inside of them. We're going to slowly make our way by this cattle. And coming up on our left, there is a flock of greater flamingos. Greater flamingos are the largest species of flamingo. Whenever they hatch, they have gray feathers, and they develop that pink coloration through their diet of brine shrimp. The enzyme that gives them that coloration is called beta-carotene, and although these flamingos are the largest, they're actually the lightest shade of pink. But my favorite fact about flamingos is that a group of flamingos is known as a flamboyance. Here's one last peek at those elephants. I don't see any animals here, but let's see what we can't find up ahead. Coming up on our left, there is a cheetah. There's actually another one far back in the back. Cheetahs are the fastest land animal, and they can go from 0 to 60 in only 3 seconds. Over on our left. I'm just going to be quiet so y'all can listen. There, now we can see him. Wow. I've actually never got to hear him roar like that before. I'm just as excited as y'all are. Up on our left, there is that male lion. Male lions are most active in the evening time. So this is kind of like his way of saying good morning, even though it's nighttime for us. We're going to stop up here and get one last look at him. Oh, the female lion came up to meet him. And coming up on our right, there is a water buck. Water bucks look much like their name suggests. You will never find them too far from a watering hole. And they're known for their very distinctive white rings on their backsides. These animals are most active in the evening time, and they love the rainy weather. And they also don't reach full growth until they are about 3.5 years old. And although we didn't see any ostriches today, we do know they're around, because over on our right there is a nest of ostrich eggs. Those eggs can weigh anywhere from 3 to 5 pounds a piece, which is equal to about 25 chicken eggs. And they are strong enough to hold the weight of a human without cracking. We are now making our way into Magadi Glen. Up ahead is our warden's post. Although it seems to have been overtaken by a herd of Nigerian dwarf goats. These dwarf goats originated in West Africa, but they are now used all around the world for dairy farming. And they are singing us a song of their people. And these goats' favorite snack to have is underbrush, which is most often left behind by other forms of livestock. And it looks like they're waiting on the snack right now. They know dinner's coming. And now that we have gotten to see all these wonderful and beautiful animals, you may be wondering, what are some things that we can do to help them? Well, sadly, the biggest threat to these animals is pollution and deforestation. And in America, we recycle about 40 million tons of plastic each year. For every ton that we recycle, that saves 17 trees. So in total, we save 680 trees just by recycling. In America, we also go through about 4 million water bottles yearly. Yet only a quarter of them are ever recycled. And if we took all the plastic used in the US in 1 year, we could wrap it around the world 4 whole times. So what are some ways you can make a difference at home? You could opt for a reusable option or a more eco-friendly option. Or you could just recycle whatever it is you are currently using. Friends, I do hope you've enjoyed your safari with me today. Again, my name is Alex from Jacksonville State University. You are always welcome back for another ride on the safari. No 2 safaris are ever the same. You never know what you might see out there. If you have any questions once you've unloaded, feel free to come up to my window and I would be more than happy to answer those for you. And now that our journey is coming to an end, friends, I leave you with Kwaherini, which means to go well in Swahili, because goodbyes are just far too sad and far too final. So Kwaherini, friends, go well, go wild, have fun, and don't forget to make a difference out there. You're welcome. Hi friends, on my right hand side, please watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. Those doors are going to be sliding open. Please watch your head and step as you exit. I hope you have all had a magical day.